As the General Manager for the digital energy business in Northern Europe, I am responsible for GE Energy's promotion of smart grid technology. Building a smarter grid is an incremental process of applying information and communication technologies to the electricity system, enabling more dynamic real-time flows of information on the network and more interaction between suppliers and consumers. With a progressively smarter grid, utilities are able to monitor performance and identify outages. Consumers are offered more information about and control over their electricity use. And this is not some vision of the future. Here at CIRED in Frankfurt, Germany, GE is demonstrating how these smart grid solutions support the prospect of delivering electricity more efficiently and more reliably, allowing real-time management of networks and bi-directional flows and the facilitation of integration of intermittent renewable energy sources. So what I think is special about the Innovation Centre is not so much one special feature, rather that GE can demonstrate a broad range of solutions that can have a real impact in creating smarter, cleaner and more efficient energy networks. The Innovation Centre hosts guided tours that help visitors understand how smart grid solutions have the potential to change how power is generated, delivered and consumed. Without leaving the room, visitors take a tour around our electricity grid, starting with transmission, moving across the distribution network, through the network planning and operations room and out to electricity substation and finally to the consumer's home. We are actually in regular contact with the national governments, including Department of Energy, Climate Change in the UK and the UK regulator Ofgem. I guess the first point to make clear is that there's no silver bullet to our challenges. So one decision is not enough, and the UK government understand this very well. We are working to develop commercially sustainable regulation to incentivise the full energy supply chain to implement and benefit from CO2 reductions. Current regulatory and market systems can be a barrier to smart grid demonstrations and deployment. Regulatory and market models such as those addressing system investment, prices and customer participation must evolve as technologies offer new options over the course of long-term incremental smart grid deployment. The regulatory framework and business models needed to recognise the nature and characteristics of the fragmented supply chain present in the UK generation, networks and supply. Demands to cut power costs while investing in smart grids to reduce CO2 make for difficult business model for electricity distribution system operators. While the distribution system operators have traditionally been in charge of innovation, they don't get the benefits of CO2 cuts. The regulator can create the right network incentives to attract investors, demonstrate smart grids together with business models that share both benefits and costs with customers in order to gain regulatory approval and customer support. One example of this is the £500 million Low Carbon Networks Fund, which has been set up to kickstart the radical change that electricity networks need to make the low carbon energy sector a reality. The Low Carbon Networks Fund, LCNF, was set up by Ofgem to run from 2010 to 2015. The fund will help networks meet the challenges of a low carbon world, efficiently connecting renewable generation, meeting the needs of small-scale and intermittent generation, addressing an increase in the use of electric vehicles, heat pumps, smart domestic appliances and other low-carbon technologies, using smart meter data to improve network performance and reduce costs, incentivising customers to reduce their carbon footprint and cut bills by managing their own electricity demand. GE is actively involved with low carbon network funded projects in the UK, and we see these as a very good example that other countries in Europe should be looking to emulate, as it brings together regulator, energy providers, industry manufacturers and consumers to deliver tangible benefits, which is key. Grid IQ is GE's company-wide commitment to solving our customers' toughest challenges in innovative ways with more efficient, reliable and sustainable energy solutions.